Hey guys, extra brief, all right? This one's really short actually, because I have to do a call in a few minutes. But it was inspired by someone that I'm going to introduce to you guys soon. She basically is a success story. And I'm really enjoying what she said, but it's also a combination of things. I've had conversations with a lot of you guys lately. And one of the things that I was listening to, or a complaint that I was hearing in terms of coaches and the love of your life, or, the twin flame journey, or any of that, is this. All right. What was said was that there are some people that enjoy the relationship they have in their head so much that it almost feels as if they've disregarded the 3D experience altogether. And it feels very almost robotic and almost not, I don't know, not tangible. And so some people leave the coaches behind because they're like, I just can't get behind that. So I want to kind of talk to you about this success story, because here's what she said that I thought was really cool. She said this, it's very simple. She said, "Oh my God, Cindy." She said, "That man out there is my reflection. He's the byproduct of the love that I have for myself. And so he's exactly appearing as I am right now, like to the T. Like we are one thing. Exactly." And I smiled because here's the kicker, you guys. Yes, he is the byproduct of her love. But if I would have said to her at some point in time, listen, you got to stop focusing on that guy out there, and you need to focus only on you right now, and you need to start loving you, and you need to make peace with you, and you need to like really get your mind right, because what you will see outside of you will be conformation only, as in it only confirms your successful state of mind. That is what it's supposed to do. So then as a result, the byproduct of this is very simple. You get to have what you wanted in 3D. You now have your experience because now it is an exact reflection. So you have to remember, yes, the attention is on you here now, and it must be, right? So that by the time you use this loving thought and this way of being, now is going to project out into the universe. And now the universe is going to give you your feedback. But this feedback right here is going to always look like you. And if you're not in love with that, then what's outside is not going to be pleasant. And so the result of the relationship going astray, or the fear that you guys have, or losing someone, or a third party, all of these things are a consequence of your fears made real, not your actual what's supposed to be. See, what's supposed to be is your exact love, like you were told. Love yourself first, then you treat your reflection as if it is you, and then you exist in the middle, in recipient of perfect balance of the love you give as source, reflected back through the universe and back to its original source. So there in the middle of infinity you stand, completely at peace with yourself, with who you are. And if you don't know who that is, that's a problem. But you're completely at peace with all of these things. And now, as a result, the byproduct is the 3D mirror is perfect. The 3D mirror is perfect. Now you have a loving relationship. You have the perfect guy. You have the perfect whatever, because you are in full awareness of the fact that this is only supposed to be your confirmation, what's outside. That's the correct order of operations. If you do it any other way, just like in math, you get the wrong answer. So simple. You first, then out there is confirmation. but the byproduct is you get to enjoy a fabulous relationship with yourself, but with the aspect of yourself that is your other counterpart energy that represents all of your experiences and things that you love at peace and the image that you've made. You are both its maker and its lover. It's everything. It's the mystery. It ends all things. But you have to get this. There is nothing outside of you. And so until you start really understanding what it means to be whole, what it means to have love coming in and then being sending out and then being on the receiving end of that, the world is not going to be a great place. But we have to make peace with that understanding so that it is true on a tiny scale with your individual romantic relationships, and it's true on a larger scale with your family and your extended family, and it's also true on a macro scale, on a universal global level. And so that's when you know you have found the constant. That's when you've realized that you are love in action. That's when you've realized you are the light of the world. That's when you've mastered. And that's when that 3D experience comes in automatically as a byproduct and is confirmation as the love you have for yourself. And it is a very beautiful and lovely experience, and is what everybody is after. It's what we came to master. It's what we came to do here. I'm sorry, but if you only live in your head, when are you getting out there and doing life? The two have to come together. Okay? But first you have to become strong enough to realize you're the vortex, and you are the only one you're trying to convince, and you are the one you're trying to romance, and you are the one that you're trying to be kind to. And if you look outside and you see things that appear chaotic, get your mind in order. This is your reflection. Love it. The more you do this, the smaller the world becomes, until you realize you've come completely back to the source of that reflection, and that is your body in between, your body of knowledge or the experiences that you have accepted as you. Everything else is a pattern that has been made to appear like another person, but it is your body, which is why until you fully love and accept every experience that you've ever had, the people outside won't always appear as harmonious. They have no choice but to play the role that you've assigned them, the one that you're the source of. And so there's a lot of peace to be made when we've had traumatic experiences. But it's all going to come back to one thing. Can I love it? Can I respect it? Can I understand that if I manage to pull this off successfully, that man or that woman or that ideal scenario, that ideal job, that ideal place to live, that whatever it is, now comes to you because you have made peace with all of your experience. So now you just sit and you start to receive everything. The universe starts speaking to you in volumes. It starts shouting at you, SP road this way. It starts, signs appear, hummingbirds appear, falcons appear. Everything wants to show up for you to confirm the state of your mind and your heart at peace. So at the end of the day, yes, you are number one priority. Because of you, the world exists. One does not exist without the other. So as source, you come first. And then when you look outside, you are only looking for confirmation of your state. If it is not what you want, as the gatekeeper, you have the ability to accept and redefine, because it is not what happened that matters. It's what you define it as next that does, because that means you're either going to go back or go to the new. That's where you're at, you guys. So to bridge the gap, I know it sounds almost narcissistic. I know it sounds almost as if it's only you in the world. It sounds a little bit off. I get that. However, think real hard. if you are the source and you are the light of the world, and every book tells you this, then you first is priority so that it is not out of balance. And then as a result, as a natural byproduct, when you least expect it, your ideal comes to be because you're at peace with yourself. That's what I want to say you guys today. It's more about, can I get you guys at peace with your experience? Can you be okay? Can you accept these things as real? Can you realize that nothing happened to you by accident? That everything is working in your favor, even when you're not aware it's working in your favor. So make peace with who you are. Make peace with all the past experiences. Honor and love and cherish what you're seeing outside, because they're either thought bullets you're supposed to dodge, or they're seeds that you're supposed to plant so that they can grow, so that your next moment is a beautiful canvas that can only be made by you. That's the real art of living. It's the art of living. I don't know how else to describe it. As a byproduct, everything comes to you. You're always told how much you are loved. You're always told how much you're appreciated. Why? Because it's the feedback that you are getting because you love and appreciate yourself. It's the first and only step that must occur in order to change the trajectory from what I don't want to what I do want. It's the first step, only step. Then after that, you are on the receiving end of your thought process, which is way better than feeling victim to it. Because that is the other side of the coin, right? When you don't know what's going on, when you don't know what's being shown, and you feel victim to it. So to take control back, you must honor this. If you know this, then you become in receptive flow mode and everything comes to you. And even the things that appear as if you don't want them don't face you anymore, because you have the ability to turn water to wine. What's the problem? So, all right, you guys. So I want you guys to remember this, because I know that it feels a little bit off when coaches tell you to only focus on you, to stop focusing on what's out there. But you see, if you have not defined what you want and what you love and have really gotten clear on what that is, because you're too busy trying to imagine what someone else is doing out there, then guess what you're going to end up with? Buckle up, Buttercup, because since you don't know, neither does your shadow, and the blind leads the blind. Yes. All right. So that's what I want you guys to remember today. If you can think about that for me, think about what that's like. And for a minute, really stop and ask yourselves, what do you want? What do you deserve? If you want it, that desire is God's will for you, and you need to let God's will work through you. Stop judging what is not there, because clearly that's the illusion you came to fix. It's the reason you stand as the gatekeeper. That's my talk today, you guys. Confirmation time. It's not about what's out there for any other reason except confirmation of the love you have for yourself. And believe me when I say that when you are there, you will know it by the way that everyone else behaves around you. Trust me on this. I love you. I do have a call that I have to attend, so I have to hang up and go now. But think about this. It's not about being narcissistic. It's not about that at all. It's about remembering who the source is so that the universal reflection then matches. A lot less effort. You don't even need a coach after this. If you can get this, you don't even really need a coach, because you've understood you're the source. And now what's outside is your confirmation. But if you need help understanding the light and the dark and how this works and why it appears that way, I'm probably a good resource. Yes? All right. I love you. I'm late. I have been, last night I got 6 whole hours of sleep. Because for some reason, instead of ending my day at 4 o'clock in the morning, it ended at 2. So I am recuperating. My new hours of operation, you guys, are going to be 8:30 to 2:30 in the morning, my time. So that covers the globe and still gives me time to sleep. So 8:30 to 2:30 a.m. from now on, I'll be releasing my calendar. It allows me to be global. However, please, once I release this calendar, we're going to have to honor everybody's time. So the reason I haven't existed on a calendar is because I don't like cutting people off mid session. I feel bad, but at the same time, if others are also needing time, we have to honor that. So the calendar is going up. Those are the new hours, with the exception of Monday. Monday is a no work for me at all day, so that I can do projects like the seminars. The color seminar is coming up, so is the Euro call, and so is a lot more fun things we're going to start doing together. Plus, I want to introduce you to members of this team. There's a lot of people that have success stories that you guys need to hear, so that you can see that I'm not steering you in the wrong direction, that it is about figuring out you're the source, and seeing what's out there is your blessing and your reward, because the other way is a very difficult way to live. It's called survival and struggle. And then there is no more of that. Yes? All right, you guys. Love you, and bye-bye. We'll talk soon.